Tony passed, you guys then decide, a couple of years later, let's come back together, let's start and record and get back into music. Why then? What was the
Yeah.
spark?
Um, so I think, well, I know that like Treston, he had desires of doing his solo thing, and so that's kind of where, he was at, and he was recording music and started his own production company, and he had some things going for it. And he, would ask me, hey, guy, would you come and support me? And I had no problem supporting him, but I was still kind of unstable. So I'm just like, I don't know how to feel, being around the music business
Okay.
without Tony. I just did not know how to feel. So finally, I went out with him in a few of his performances, some of his recording sessions, and things was starting to feel a little more normal. Obviously the conversation about Tony was so sensitive to me. Like I was just emotional anytime I was around somebody who knew him.
Mm.
But I'll never forget. I think we were in Connecticut. He had done a song, a performance promoting one of his singles, and it was a diehard fan who social media had started by then. And this fan was always in touch with me. Hey, 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 if you ever around, and so it was just interesting that they were in this area, and when he was performing, they came to this show, and we had like a heartfelt conversation. And this fan, like, was there, a high five fan from day one. So they had said to me, I would really like to see how you guys would do it without Tony. And it just resonated with me. I'm like, wow, to hear this from someone who, genuinely believes in us, because I probably didn't believe it could happen.
Mm.
And so, we stayed in touch for a while. I said, I meant what I said. I would like to see y'all do it. And, you know, after hearing that conversation and really just praying on it, and, hey, so what if there's two or three other people who really believes that, it's possible for us? So, Tristan and I, we kind of put our heads together and we thought about, what's the best way to approach it. And it was not easy. Like we tried several different people, as members, as lead
Mm.
vocalists, and just trying different things. So, God's will, we came across the right people with the right chemistry, and we were able to, get an opportunity to record music and to perform again.
Yeah.
We are king.
So since then, after pre-pandemic, I've noticed that you guys have been doing a few tours. I think I saw something you did in was it San Bernardino? Oh no, San Bernardino in Sacramento.
Sacramento, yes, correct. Mhm.
So what's High Five up to now? Because as I said, I
Uh,
saw a few concerts on IG, but
Yeah, so that's pretty much the focus now is to just do shows. Really, I think that's definitely one way to get direct profit from it. We recorded an EP some years ago, and the songs were good. Didn't really do great as far as sales. I think the current R&B scene is really shaky and unstable, right? So it just didn't benefit us to really release new music. Now we have been recording, we haven't come up with the right plan and approach to release anything new. So we just kind of focus on doing shows, anything like the '90s throwbacks,
yeah.
is really working in our favor. So we just focus on having a good show and letting the fans hear the music and share the good memories from those songs. Yeah.
Now, a lot of questions that my audience will ask is, have you guys ever considered re-recording your biggest hits just so you own the
Um,
masters of that and just update it a little bit?
right. Now that has been a discussion. Me personally, some classics just shouldn't be touched. And I'm just not in that space right now. I don't know if anyone is gonna do it like Tony did it. Now, for the benefit of us owning the masters, it's a great idea, but I don't know if it would be a great idea for us to redo it, thinking it would be a better situation, or make the song just as great. So I don't know, and that's just a personal opinion of mine. Some songs kind of lose, their relevance when you start to try to redo it, and it's not the same.
Yeah,
But anything is possible, not to cut you off. Anything is possible. Just right now, I don't feel that way.
yeah, because what happens sometimes we see bands say we're going to come up with a remake of different classics. So they'll do an album of Stevie Wonder hits, or an album of Boyz II Men hits and stuff. And I'm like, that's great. Why don't you do an album of your own hits?
Right,
Maybe do it
exactly.
acoustic, get some of the piano singing, she's playing Hard to Get, but doing a jazzy version of it. Of
Right,
Christmas, so I'm thinking with it because then we remember those songs, but we're hearing it differently. So you're not
right,
re-recording it and producing it just like it was. So you're not using the old tracks, but you're doing a more mature version of the songs you recorded. So it's not taken away from the classic, the original, but it's an interpretation with you guys 40 years later in a different
right.
space.
And like I say, I'm open for that, and that could be very well a possibility in a way to approach it. So, we have had different ideas, over the years since then, and like I said, I think now our focus is just really trying to get the shows, and to be able to profit it and keep the shit selling, because record sales right now
Yeah,
not really the strength for a lot of '90s artists.
yeah.
But I mean, like I say, you never know what next year may bring for us. I mean, especially with the pandemic and things of that nature, we may have to take a different approach. Mhm.
So how do you manage now? Because if you live in Texas and the shows come up, how do you guys rehearse and prepare and to put on the shows?
Well, the best way we do it is we try to do as much as we can individually. Now, there is one other member here in Waco with me, and
Okay.
the other three guys, well, two are in New York, New Jersey, and one's in Virginia. So it was easier for us to travel to New York and everybody's there, and we would rehearse. So typically, when we are changing the show or doing something new, we'll try to get together a week or so in advance, and prepare. But for the most part, we just all travel from different places, go there, try to get there a day or two in advance, get ready and do the shows, and that's how it's working for us.
Okay. And are you getting a lot of calls to do shows as High Five? People thinking, yeah, we need to get you guys back on a bit.
We do well. I mean, definitely, I feel like we should be getting more, and I do know that some people, are still kind of hesitant because, without Tony, they see it differently, But things have definitely progressed for us. I think 2017 was a really great year for us. We did a Back to the '80s tour, and the turnout was great. And ever since then, the momentum has kind of been in our favor. So,
Okay.
we try to do, at least 5 or 6 shows every 6 months, and if we can, we'd like to book two a month. It doesn't always go that way, but
Yeah.
we stay kind of consistent, just in the people in the public's eye. And some promoters have, trusted us to come back and bring us on. Mhm.
Okay. I mean, as I said, what would always help is the more videos and social media clips that we have of you guys puts you back in the audience perspective. Like, yeah, we haven't heard from High Five in a while. Um, as I said, not necessarily new music, but the songs that really inspire us. People like to see them and hear them again, like Jodeci. People would want to hear their classics. They came out with a new album now. Not everyone's going to rush and buy it because they the generation who watch my show are mainly in their mid 40s, um, and they just love the old stuff. I want to keep hearing the old stuff, and unless the new stuff is very similar to the old stuff, it's kind of hard. And our buying habits are different too. I mean, I don't know if I even know where to buy a CD and where to play it. So,
No,
it's like, and most of us don't really stream on Spotify and stuff. it's quite different the way we consume music now. That's why we like to listen to it live. So it'll be interesting, as I said, yeah, if you guys did more clips of yourself singing some of the old tracks, yeah, as I said, it's an idea I always hope people would just do. I know Boyz II Men did it; they re-recorded some of their own classics. So at least not just about owning the masters, but it was giving it a different interpretation of some of the songs and stuff. So yeah, it's something. It'll be interesting to see how next year is and stuff.
Right, right. Yeah. So I mean, in a nutshell, it's been an interesting journey, and I'm pleased where I am today in my life, and I'm proud to, speak about my success and, the things that my life has developed into, So proud to say that, I'm a current High Five member and I'm still promoting the music and I'm keeping Tony's name alive, Roderick's name alive, and all the members who were there. I hope that they can, appreciate the fact that we're still, keeping the name alive and allowing the fans to just experience those precious memories from the music that we put out.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.
I begin to